In 2023, NASCAR found an all-new way to reach the international scene, as Hendrick Motorsports was chosen to field the Garage 56 entry for the Centennial 24 Hours of Le Mans. The modified NextGen cars showed its road course prowess, and its accessibility has led the NASCAR Cup Series to have more international guest drivers than before. Today on Racing Infinity, we imagine a race where NASCAR takes a step further. Instead of prototypes and GT cars, what if the full NASCAR Cup Series took on this winding circuit? 42 cars are about to take on one of the world's largest, most challenging circuits. NASCAR's next-gen era has seen more road course races than ever before, from Circuit of the Americas to the Chicago Street Circuit, and now to Mexico City. NASCAR's road course presence and global presence are both expanding. With Garage 56, it was thrilling to see American muscle whip around the 8.4-mile course. But why stop at one when you can watch 42? Today, the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series will be running at the iconic Circuit de la Sarthe, here in Le Mans. We have a stacked field today for a 14-lap showdown. We have all of our series full-timers, as well as racing stars new and old, like Elio Castroneves, Jimmy Johnson, Connor Zilisch, and Martin Truex Jr. running the race today, and it'll be a unique challenge for all of our drivers. Without further ado, here's the starting lineup for today's showdown in northern France. Starting on the pole is Chris Buescher, the 17. He won at Watkins Glen last year, and starting next to him is Bubba Wallace. Christopher Bell, who's already won 3 straight races in 2025, will start in third, and in fourth is Kyle Larson. Rolling off fifth is Tyler Reddick, and next to him, the 88 of Shane Van Gisbergen. Starting in seventh is Chase Elliott, and next to him is Alex Bowman in the 48. Daytona 500 champion William Byron will start in ninth, and another Daytona 500 champion, Austin Cindric, will start in 10th. Ross Chastain will roll off in 11th, and Kyle Busch, looking to break that winless streak, he starts 12th. Starting in 13th is Connor Zilisch. He'll be making another one-off start in the 87 for Trackhouse, and starting 14th is the defending Cup Series champion, Joey Logano. Carson Hocevar, last year's Rookie of the Year, will start 15th, and next to him is the 2023 champion, Ryan Blaney. We got 2 front row cars, as Todd Gilliland will start 17th, and Zane Smith will start 18th. Starting 19th is Denny Hamlin, and starting 20th is the 6 of Brad Keselowski. Chase Briscoe will roll off in 21st, and Daniel Suarez will start 22nd. Starting 23rd is Michael McDowell in the 71, and in 24th is Martin Truex Jr., starting a one-off for Tricon Garage. Josh Berry will start in 25th, and starting 26th is Project 91's entry for Elio Castroneves. Starting 27th is Noah Gragson, and in 28th is Ty Gibbs. John Hunter Nemechek will start in 29th, and Cole Custer starts 30th. Starting 31st is the 01 of Corey LaJoie, and in 32nd is Chandler Smith. Justin Haley will roll off in 33rd, and Ryan Preece will start 34th. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. will start 35th, and Austin Dillon will start 36th. AJ Allmendinger with a tough qualifying run, he'll start 37th, and 7-time champ Jimmy Johnson will roll off 38th. The 43 of Eric Jones will start in 39th, and next to him is BJ McLeod. And rounding out the field is the 10 of Ty Dillon and the 51 of Cody Ware. There was one lone DQ for this exhibition race, that being the third 2311 entry of Riley Herbst. 14 laps may sound like a lot, but this is an 8-mile long course, and for the first time ever, we're about to watch the stars of the NASCAR Cup Series race in it. Chris Buescher and Bubba Wallace will lead the field to the green flag, and here we go, we are racing at Le Mans. Buescher and Wallace are side by side through the first set of turns, none of them giving up an inch so far. Buscher's gotten very good on road courses, and he even picked up a win last season at Watkins Glen in that thrilling battle with Shane Van Gisbergen, who's up there in the mix as well. Buescher and Wallace still side by side. You see Bell and Larson up there in the mix. A fun little four-car battle to kick off this race here today, but there's plenty of racing to go around here at Le Mans. Let's see who's going to have the most speed here as Buescher slaps the wall. He holds his own, but here comes Christopher Bell to take the lead, and Kyle Larson is chasing them down with Tyler Reddick behind them as we go on board with Bubba Wallace, trying to get past the 17 of Buescher. Buescher trying to hold his own ground, but Wallace now may have a run as we switch over to the number 17 now. Again, this is a couple of long straightaways here where you could build up a ton of speed. As you see Kyle Larson on the move. Ooh, him and Bubba Wallace might have made contact there as they're battling for third place. Chris Buescher trying to hang on to second as Christopher Bell looks to pull away here at Le Mans. And I'm sure for every driver here today, they would love to add that they have won at Le Mans. Even if it's a NASCAR Cup race, it's very special as we see Christopher Bell cruising down the straightaway at high speeds. And here comes the next corner here, hard braking. As you can see, Chris Buescher settling for second there. Tyler Reddick, though, looking to get around Kyle Larson as well as SVG. Again, there are plenty of places around this track where you could build up so much speed. It's just a beautiful course. As you see Bell continuing to lead in that Mobil 1 Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing. Chris Buescher hoping for a better year in 2025. He had a pretty solid year last year, but just didn't win to get himself into the playoffs. He'd like to change that this year. The case can be said with quite a few other drivers as well. But the Cup Series field is just more competitive than ever before. Now check out this angle here. This place is truly one of a kind, especially when you look at the forestry around this track. Nothing but high speed and beautiful scenery here. Once again, Bell continues to lead. Buescher second. Wallace is third. Tyler Reddick up to fourth. Shane Van Gisbergen rounds out your top five, with Kyle Larson running in sixth. See Alex Bowman and Larson almost side by side there. Of course, they had that fun battle at Homestead recently, where Larson was able to beat Bowman there in the closing laps, as Bell continues to lead. We take a look behind the pack now. As things begin to settle in, we had a problem coming to the green flag with the 77 of Carson Hocevar, as he had a transmission problem. Tough break for Hocevar, who was really looking forward to this race. Nothing he could do here. It looks like his day is unfortunately already done. Bell continues to lead the way, but now, since this is a very long track, we got some strategies kicking into play here in terms of who pits and who doesn't. We see Buescher leading some of the leaders down pit road, like Reddick, SVG, and Larson. Meanwhile, Bell, Wallace, and Byron all stay out. So it'll be interesting, since there will be no cautions in this race, who comes out on top in the end, and who plays their strategies right. Definitely plenty of racing to go here, and it's going to be interesting to see in those final set of laps who's going to be out in front, as we see Chris Buescher and Tyler Reddick pulling into their pit stalls. Buescher says he feels pretty good about his car so far. He's got plenty of speed. He feels like he can win. Same with some of the others here on pit road. You see Kyle Larson and SVG as well. And Chris Buescher will lead this group off pit road, followed by Reddick and Shane Van Gisbergen. Meanwhile, we go on board with Jimmy Johnson, who's been very excited to get to run this course again. Of course, he ran that Garage 56 entry back in 2023, and what a moment that was, not just for him, but for NASCAR in general, to be put on the world stage and have tons of success with it. Johnson has yet to pit, as we see one of his Legacy Motor Club drivers, Eric Jones, right behind him. Legacy Motor Club has so far shown a little bit more speed than they had last year, definitely showing some progress. This team definitely has something special in the making. Bell, Wallace, and Byron are among the leaders who are making their way down pit road. Pretty much the rest of the field is coming down now as they service their cars and get as much fuel as they can. Not to mention, what is the field going to look like once everything is cycled through? And again, this is a long way around this course. And it's the longest course the NASCAR Cup Series has ever raced on. 8.4 miles. That is double the amount of length that the road courses on the Cup schedule currently have. So it's definitely a whole new ball game here. Fuel is going to be important. Saving fuel might be important at the end too, as we see Wallace and Bell getting service done on their cars. This is a track where you do not want to run out of fuel, as we see Bell off pit road first, followed by Wallace. No problems there for the 20 and the 23 cars. You see William Byron, our Daytona 500 winner, as well as Cindric and Kyle Busch, pulling off pit road with no problems. Whoa, we have a car sliding into the grass there. That's the 54 of Ty Gibbs, who just went very wide and even slapped the wall there. He loses a spot to the 47 of Stenhouse, but he keeps it going. Looks like he will stay on the track and not head down pit road. Ty Gibbs has been struggling as of late. Very surprising. He's been a promising prospect, but things just have not clicked for him yet. Hopefully things will turn around for him soon. The first group of cars that pitted on lap 2 is back on pit road, as we see Connor Zillage with a lightning fast pit stop. He jumps a few positions on pit road, as he will get right behind Tyler Reddick. And let me tell you what, the more he improves, the more he gets better. I think Connor Zillage is something special in the making. Here comes Bell and Wallace, among other leaders, down pit road for their second round of pit stops. No issues for Bell, Wallace, Byron, and the rest. However, Joey Logano, our defending champion, is still stuck on pit road. The crews are going to go under the hood, and it looks like Logano had problems, and it happened quickly. What a tough break for our defending champion. Up ahead, we have a fun three-wide battle between Daniel Suarez, Eric Jones, and Elio Castroneves. Jones didn't get a good run coming off the corner there, and we had a bit of contact between Jones and Elio, as Suarez will come out victorious in that battle. Trackhouse and Legacy have both been well received by the crowd here today, as Trackhouse entered 5 cars for this race. They truly are going on their own world tour. Daniel Suarez, who got his first career Cup Series win on a road course back in 2022 at Sonoma. As you see Elio Castroneves going by Eric Jones there. But yeah, with Suarez, he's got something exciting coming up. He's going to be racing in his home country, Mexico, coming in June. And that's going to be very exciting for him. He's going to get to race in front of his own people. And not to mention, it just continues the international push that NASCAR is trying to make. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens next, as take a look at Suarez here. He is on the move. He's definitely had some speed so far in 2025. Just had a little bit of bad luck and not able to get the kind of result that he wants to get, as he's all over back of Gragson, trying to get past Jimmy Johnson. Of course, just trying to hit his marks and trying to stay patient here and make the move when he can, as Johnson and Gragson continue side by side, but it looks like Gragson will have more of a run to get past Johnson. Man, look at Suarez just zooming through here. Gets by the 84. Now he's going to get by the 4 of Gragson. Daniel Suarez on the move. Don't know if he'll be in contention to win this race, but definitely in contention to get a solid run here at Le Mans. As we go on board now with Daniel Suarez there, taking a look inside the car and on board as he drives through one of the most prestigious racing circuits in the entire world, Le Mans. Battle up front, Christopher Bell and Bubba Wallace. A pair of Toyotas here as Wallace has a chance to take the lead, and Wallace is looking fast. Bell's trying to hold him off, but I don't know how long he can do so. This is where you want to build up speed here. And as we see Wallace, he's going to take a look to the inside of Bell here. Bell has a good run there, but Wallace is not backing down. He definitely looks fast. He's got a chance here. He's going to go side by side with Bell. He has a shot for the lead. Bubba Wallace looking to snap a winless drought that goes back to the fall of 2022 when he won at Kansas. He drove the 45 in that race. So he only won one race in that 23, and that was in 2021 at Talladega, a rain-shortened race. Side by side still. Bell versus Wallace. Who prevails? Wallace is looking for a good run here as he is still side by side with Bell around the corner. And Bubba Wallace gets a huge run and he will take the lead. And now it is Bubba Wallace out in front. You see William Byron, Austin Cindric, and Kyle Busch. They got a lot of ground to make up as Wallace is now going to work to try and pull away from Christopher Bell. They are not teammates, but I would say more manufactured teammates. As Wallace tries to hold off Bell. Bell not backing down, though. Remember, of course, he won at Circuit of the Americas recently. And he's shown that he's good on road courses. He's won on road courses before here in the Cup Series. Bubba Wallace has not, so this is definitely something new for him, and perhaps something needed in his career right now is a win. But there is still a lot of racing left to go. There may not be a lot of laps left, but remember, this is a long circuit, 8.4 miles, and they're probably going to have to pit at least one more time in the going. We are hitting 5 to go at the line as Bubba Wallace, Christopher Bell, and William Byron make their way down pit road for what they are hoping will be their final pit stop. This is where it could count the most. You want no mistakes here as we see service getting done on the 23 and 20. Who's going to get off pit road first? We see Chris Buescher making his way in. William Byron is already off pit road, and Wallace runs into Buescher. Bell is stuck as well. This could cost them greatly as they finally get a move on, but even a mistake like that could cost them a chance to win. A bizarre situation on pit road, and perhaps some major implications are coming ahead. As we look at the replay here, you see Bubba Wallace hitting the 17 there, and Christopher Bell just nowhere to go. Just a weird incident there. I don't know if perhaps Wallace was a little too far out in front or what could have happened there as we take a look at Christopher Bell's onboard, and yeah, it just hits the back of the 17. Luckily, none of the pit crew members were harmed in this situation. That's always good. Pit road's always a dangerous place. It's never an easy job for these pit crew members. Wallace does get ahead of Christopher Bell, but again, this could cost them. That's some ground that they will lose, and you do not want to waste those precious seconds. No matter the track, no matter the place. In the midst of that situation between Bell and Wallace, we have 4 laps to go, and we have an exciting battle on our hands. Austin Cindric and Kyle Busch were able to stretch it long enough to have a big enough of a lead and remain first and second after pitting a lap after Bell and Wallace. Cindric, who is looking for his 3rd Cup Series win, is trying to hold off someone who is trying to snap a long winless streak. Byron is there in 3rd. He has some work to do, and I don't know if he's good on fuel. But he would love to bring that Hendrick 24 to victory lane here at Le Mans if he could. Byron definitely has the speed, but the question is, as I just said, does he have enough to get to the end and challenge Cindric and Busch? That is currently an unknown, and it's a long way around this track. As I said earlier, you do not want to run out of fuel here. As we go on board with Kyle Busch, now looking from the back of Austin Cindric's machine. And these two are definitely looking for a big win here, especially for Kyle Busch, who's had many instances where he has come oh so close, and to just finally snap that winless drought would mean the world to him, especially at a place like this at Circuit de la Sarthe. But look at William Byron. He is on the move. He definitely has the speed. He got way more speed than Busch and Cindric coming off the corner there, as now he's working on Busch and already chasing down Austin Cindric. And I'm sure Mr. H looking on, he would love to see one of his cars get the W here today, a track that, of course, he was preparing for a couple years ago with the 24 Hours of Le Mans, that Garage 56 entry, which was the second time that a NASCAR stock car had entered the 24 Hours of Le Mans. And the way William Byron is going right now, you may want to start blasting Freebird because he takes the lead. Man, look at the speed on that 24 car. William Byron, back-to-back Daytona 500 champion, 2024 and 2025. But now the question is still, does he have enough to get to the end? He definitely has the speed, but there's a lot of concerns coming from that 24 crew that they do not have enough to get to the end of the race. So if Byron can't make it, the battle is still on between Austin Cindric and Kyle Busch. On board with Cindric now, as of course he's hanging tight because he may get the lead here. Even if he just lost it to Byron, he still has a shot. But again, we're just keeping our eye out. There's Byron going through the corners. We're heading closer to the start-finish line. Yeah, it's a long way around this course, isn't it? For sure. We still haven't gotten back to the start-finish line yet, but again, I don't know. Byron may have to pit here. And coming to 3 to go, Byron is pitting. He and his crew must think they won't have enough, and it's more important to play it safe here than any other track. A lap is over 8 miles here, so even if you run out in the last mile, you could go from first to dead last. And then there were two, Kyle Busch and Austin Cindric. Here they come. Final lap for Austin Cindric as he is trying to drive away from Kyle Busch. Busch recently had a great run at the Circuit of the Americas but came up short in the late going. He is giving it his all, but he is up against someone who has a great road course background, and he's trying to give the captain Roger Penske a major win at Le Mans. We saw William Byron, who was out in front. He had to pit because he ran out of fuel. He was not going to make it to the end. A tough break for him, but now it is down to these two. And it's not over till it's over. This is a long way around this circuit. Kyle Busch has time. The question is, can he hit his marks and chase down Austin Cindric? Kyle Busch still working on Austin Cindric. He is there and he is chasing him down. Busch is all over the back of Cindric. This is where Busch needs to build momentum. Busch goes to the inside of Cindric. He has a chance here. Side by side for all the marbles at Le Mans. Kyle Busch has a run. He gets it. Kyle Busch is out in front. And Kyle Busch is now on pace to snap that winless streak. But Austin Cindric is not going to back down. And there's still plenty of racing left to go here. Kyle Busch has his work cut out for him. But you know damn well he wants this win so bad. Kyle Busch has always been a man who loves to win. He's here because he wants to win. This is a man who's done it all across the Craftsman Truck Series, the Xfinity Series, and of course the Cup Series. A two-time Cup Series champion. And now he wants to add winner at Le Mans to his resume. Can he pull it off? Driving for Richard Childress Racing, of course, who was home to one of the greatest of all time, Dale Earnhardt. And I'm sure he would have loved to have had the chance to race here at Le Mans. Time is running out for Cindric. Kyle Busch is pulling away. This is the moment he needs right now. As we just have a handful of corners to go. Kyle Busch just needs to hit his marks. No issues whatsoever. And so far, he's doing that. Kyle Busch looks like he's going to win this race. And this is going to be a huge celebration for his team. The streak might finally be over, but he still needs to hold off Cindric as he closes in the final set of corners. Kyle Busch is a future first ballot Hall of Famer. He has done it all except for a Daytona 500 win, but I think a win here will feel just as special. What a thrilling finish we've had here as it's about to get rowdy here. Kyle Busch wins at Le Mans. The streak is over. Kyle Busch picks up his first win since St. Louis in 2023 and his fourth win with Richard Childress Racing, and perhaps a much needed win that can turn him and his entire team around in the coming months. What a big win this is for Kyle Busch as we take a look at our final running order. Kyle Busch only led one lap, but it was the most important one, the last one. Austin Cindric finishes in second. William Byron finished third. Christopher Bell, with the most laps led, finished fourth. Bubba Wallace was fifth. And then rounding out the top 10 was Chris Buescher, Chase Elliott, Tyler Reddick, Shane Van Gisbergen, and how about Brad Keselowski, who started 20th? He's able to rack up a top 10. Alex Bowman finished 11th. Zane Smith was 12th. Todd Gilliland 14th. Some good results there for Front Row Motorsports. Ryan Blaney was 15th. Michael McDowell 16th. Corey LaJoie picking up a top 20, as well as Connor Zelich. Not too bad of a run there after his debut got cut short at COTA. Ross Chastain was 21st. Gregson 22nd. Eric Jones was able to rebound to 24th after starting 39th. Elio Castroneves kept it in one piece, did a good job today. He finishes 25th. Suarez in 26th. Jimmy Johnson 28th. John Hunter Nemechek finishing in 31st. As you see the rest of our finishing order, Ty Gibbs, AJ Allmendinger just were not able to get anything going today. Tough runs for them, as well as Justin Haley. And as you see the rest of our finishing order, Joey Logano, who had some issues on pit road, finishing 41st, and a tough day for Carson Hocevar. He finishes 42nd. It was confirmed to be a valve issue under the hood. And with that, that'll do it from Le Mans, in what has been a very exciting race that the Cup Series has put on in front of an international audience. Thank you guys so much for watching. Content for this spring is coming along great, and races are nearing completion for Sunday Night Lights 2000, plus planning is already underway for the next Racing Infinity. Be sure to like and subscribe to support the channel and our goal to celebrate the stories of motorsports, be it famous, forgotten, or fictional. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.